Hello and welcome in this video. Well, this is very important because we have coded for a while. We have written something on the text editor, and we have something printed on the console, and we have seen many things. But one thing we have forgotten, or it is very important to know now, that's scope. Well, scope is very important because scope actually means what variables do I have access to. That's specified in very clear. Well, let's have a number here like total is 100. Do I have access to this? It's very important. We just know this. Yes, total, we have access. There is no error. It doesn't show anything which can be like error, like bug. So one more thing we just learn here, function scope. Function scope is also important. We have to know this function scope. We have to have something in mind about this. We have to learn this. There are some certain rules that we follow when we just talk about, or we just code, or we just have something on the function. Function scope is very important. Like for example, let's have a very simple scope example, like something. I want to have a very simple function. Well, something. Let's have total. And let's print this. This total. Well, yeah. Do I see anything? Well, nothing, because it doesn't have scope. It doesn't, like, if I print here even, it throws an error because it says that not defined. The total is not defined. Well, why there is error and there is not error? Because we see that when we have defined a function and we had something here, some variable, and we here have the print function, we call this total. That doesn't throw an error because indentation is here. We have just followed here as well, but here we have not followed. We are out of this function, and we do not have any access to this total. That's why it throws an error. For example, I want to have here total is equal to, for example, 200. Well, it doesn't show any error, and if I want to run this, 200, because this variable is out of this function. So one thing is scope. Generally, when we talk about the scope, one thing is like function scope. We have here function scope, but it doesn't have any access to this function scope, function total in the function. So the scope is very important. In the next video, we will continue and we will talk about everything which we just we need to know. So you have to learn this function scope and specifically scopes as well, because it will help you a lot.